to another exciting edition of Transformers Reviews. Today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at AM-34, the Jet Vehicon General from Transformers Prime. But as you can tell, this is a Takara Tomy box. Let's take a look at his packaging. So, anyway, this is just kind of showing how all the ARMS Micron weapons can connect together and be used and that sort of stuff. So, anyway, just interesting stuff like that. So, anyway, that's enough for the packaging. Let's take a look at this guy in vehicle mode. So, here we have AM-34 in his vehicle mode. Before we get to him, I do want to go ahead and talk about his little Micron partner here. For his alternate mode, this one's a little bit interesting. It's actually a lizard. So if you pull the legs down here, has that little Cyclops eye. But yeah, I mean, he's a lizard. Now the handle does stick down. It can't flip under the body because I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's something actually stopping it from going back that full way. I tried that and popped off. So anyway, it just, and that's about as far as it can go forward. So you have that little handle sticking out, but ultimately I never really display his Micron partner like this. Essentially I just always keep him as the gun. And honestly, whenever he's attached to AM-34, he doesn't look bad. In my, I guess it was my knockout review, I said that I didn't really care for weapons on vehicles, but for this guy, it actually doesn't look all that bad. I mean, it'd be cool if I could get another one and had him right there, you know, so you could have like two, but just even as one, it doesn't look bad. I kind of like it. So anyway, if we're looking for size comparisons, let's go ahead and compare him to, which is Breakdown. Now with Breakdown is more of a Voyager class figure, whereas this would be more along the lines of a deluxe. But even though they are of those two different classes, they work within pretty good scale with each other, and they don't look bad aesthetically either. Now one thing that I did want to bring out is I've looked at it, and from the fronts of the vehicles to the backs, actually the Vehicon has the same length from front to back that Breakdown does. But length aside, now that that's out of the way, final thoughts on vehicle mode. I know a lot of people have brought up the point that it looks very similar and possibly is remold of the car version of the Vehicons, which honestly it may be. Now I had the car version of the Vehicon, and there are a lot of similarities. The grille was a little bit different on the car Vehicon, but from about here back on around to the very end of the vehicle, it's almost identical. And so, like I said, I don't know if that is the case, but if so, I believe this is a really good execution of changing the mold out. You know, it looks pretty sweet. The decals just kind of help it pop in certain areas under certain lights. The metallic reds will help you. And you know what? For the most part, robot mode is really well concealed under on the underside here. So I did want to bring out that because it is ARMS Micron, you can use any Minicon also in addition to any ARMS Micron that you have. So like these ports underneath the wings, you can just take an old Minicon and boom, you know. So it's up to you if you want to do that. Now obviously for the built-in ports for the ARMS Microns, that's for these guys that actually have the post and everything to plug into. But anyway, alrighty, well, we'll go ahead and take a look at this guy in his robot mode. And my oh my, look at this guy in his winged glory. Now I gotta say, one of the things that's really kicking about these Takara figures is, you know, a lot of you know, they just go all out for the paint. He may not have a lot of it, but what he does have is really cool. Because on his chest, let's see if you guys can see this. On his chest, there's a lot of silver paint, and on his head, it's mixed in this whole area. It's mixed in with the gray plastic and stuff. Now, like I said, just the overall aesthetic of how his robot mode looks is awesome. As much as I love the sleek and the really kind of winged, just totally cool look of his vehicle mode, I love his robot mode even more. And he has a lot of flexibility. I mean, the legs, you could get quite an impressive range of motion with this guy because and one wonderful thing I just noticed is his arm over here, the wings are at such an angle that it doesn't really prohibit it too badly. You can get, you know, full arm raise or what have you, and because of the way his arms are due to transformation, that's why he has a lot of motion in the arms. So we take his little arms micron guy here, and you know, it doesn't look just god awful, and I mean, it's pretty sweet looking. So you know, and while the arms micron may not cover it, I don't really care because you know, it just looks good. I don't care if it looks like he's holding a weapon versus it being, you know, a part of his arm like it is in the show. That doesn't really get me. Now, one thing I did want to do is, I know we showed him with Breakdown earlier, but I wanted to show him with another flyer that's somewhat appropriate. And here we have Voyager class Dreadwing. So, you know, if you wanted to display them on the shelf next to each other, they're going to look really good. Since Dreadwing is more of a Voyager class, here you have the two size differences, but they work great together. So anyway, with that out of the way, definitely I give my recommendation because all of his qualities are, you know, a definite plus. And anyway, that's it for this review. Stay tuned for more reviews by Transformers Reviews.